Hello everyone, welcome to Many Max Solutions. We were discussing the exercise questions of chapter 6. So we explained the first question. Today we are going to explain the second question. Okay, so how to solve the second question? Second question says that xy is a line and xi and mn intersect at O. The line xy and line mn intersect at point O. If POY equals 90 degree, so 90 degree is marked here. So this is 90 degree. And one more thing is given there, which is A is to B equals 2 is to 3. A is to B. So the ratio type problems we have seen in examples. Okay, we explained that. So we know how to take the angles if it is given as the ratio. And A is to B equals 2 is to 3. And we need to find the angle C. Okay, C is this angle. We need to find this. Okay, since these two angles are given in the ratio, how can you take the measure of each angle? I explained it in the previous lesson. How can we take the measure of each angle? Given things A is to B equals 2 is to 3, right? So A will be A, the measure of A, we can take A as a multiple of 2. Okay, 2 times any number we can take, okay? So 2 times M. So B is a multiple of 3. 3 times M. 2M and 3M we can take. 2M and 3M. Clear? Okay. So A can be taken as 2M and B can be taken as 3M because A is to B equals 2 is to 3. When you take the ratio, we will get 2 is to 3. Now we have to find C here. So before we need to find C, we have to find the exact measures of A and B. Right? So in order to find the measure of A and B, which property will you apply there? You need to check what is given before that ratio. One more angle is given there. Angle POY equals 90 degrees. Okay, POY equals 90 degree. What is the relation between A, B and this 90 degree? A, B and this 90 degree. They all together make a straight line angle, 180. Out of that, POY it is marked as 90 degree. So what is the sum of this A and B? What is the sum of A and B in this? Sum of A and B will be 90 degrees. How it is 90 degree? Because A plus B plus angle POY equals 180. We get a straight line there. And angle POY which is given as 90 degree there. So A plus B plus 90 which is equal to 180. So A plus B which is equal to 180 minus 90. Since this 90 is added in the left side, you have to subtract it in the right side. So it will be 180 minus 90 which is 90. A plus B is equal to 90 degree. Now, we have already seen that A is equal to 2M and B is equal to 3M. So 2M plus 3M equals 90 degree, which means 5M is equal to 90 degrees. So what is M? M is 90 divided by 5, which is 18. Okay, so 18 is the measure of what? M. Now, what we have to find here, we need to find the angle C. Angle C. Can you identify C in this figure? This is C. Okay, so we can see that C is the linear pair of another angle. Which is the angle there? Which is the linear pair of C? Linear pair of C is B. B and C makes the straight line. What? MN. Straight line MN is formed with B and C. So we can write here B plus C is equal to 180. So if you get the value of B, then it is easy to find the value of C. We can just subtract 180 minus B. How to find value of B now? We need only B to find C. We need only B to find C. So how to find the value of B? See, B is equal to 3M. M we already got as 18. So we can find the value of B here. B. What is B? B is equal to 3 times 18, which is equal to 54. Okay? B is equal to 54. Then substitute the value of B in this equation. 54 plus C is equal to 180 and C is equal to 180 minus 54, which is equal to 126. So angle C is 126. Clear? Hope you understood this question. Okay, we will explain all the exercise questions in the coming videos. Okay.